Hello everyone and welcome. This is the Silent K and today we're going to be getting into some MegaMek, and I'm pretty sure we're going to be getting into some MegaMek because that's first on the docket for today. And I do apologize for being a couple minutes late. There was a broken glass situation that needed to be taken care of. Foxonius, hey, how's it going? Glad you could make it. Always a pleasure, of course, and happy to have you. We are going to be, I think everything is set up okay. We are going to be taking on this interception defense battle today. Oh, it's going to be a doozy. They have got quite the forces sprung against us. Sprung? That's not the right word. But, yes, they're bringing 13, almost 14,000 points worth of op for. They've got a royal wyvern, a demon, a royal demon, a royal black knight, and a royal black knight. Zephyr, a prowler, an Orion 2C, and a sentinel 3L, as well as a Galahad and a flashman in reinforcements. Oh, we are bringing two lances. We're bringing Tonga and the newly designated Tevis lance. Tevis includes elite pilots and a Crusader and a Zeus, a 3-3 and a longbow, and a 3-4 and a Kraken. We'll see how that works out for us. And then starting tomorrow, we also have a battle over here on the east side of the field. A diversion engagement, which, if I can get back to the briefing room, we are just trying to get past the enemies. But Galatea Lance includes Wyvern, who's on a 4-6 archer. He's going to fall behind. The Cestus, I believe, is a 5.85. The Warhammer is a 5.8. Tentacle Shogun is now on a 5.85, which can occasionally reach 6.8, I believe. Or is it 6.9? So yeah, our two lances against 17, 18,500 points. We'll see how this goes. We are deploying in a light craters snow map, which is 20 wide by 50 high. It is clear, calm, light snowfall, which is going to hamper visibility just a little bit. Tonga includes Tugiu and the Stalker, Hoser and the Awesome, Ash and the Manowar, and Tsubasa and the Grizzly. Tethys includes Alandavi and the Crusader, Brant Kahala and the Zeus, Yarvik and the Longbow, and Jonathan Odur and the Kraken. Let's see what our deployment is going to look like. Yes, I know we've got custom units that don't load. Let's go to compact display. What's the other one over here? Show IDs? Yes. Let's sort by battle value. So our big bad is Hoser, followed by Tsubasa and the Grizzly, followed by Ash and the Manowar, followed by Tugiu and the Stalker, which is not bad. Our smallest unit is 2871. Their biggest unit is 3157, which is a veteran pilot and an Orion 2C. An Orion 2C which has a Gauss rifle, an LRM-20, 2 ER large lasers, and an SRM-4. So a bit of a sniper, this one. Would like to get in close. Well... He's not going to have a minimum range on the LRMs. He's not going to have a minimum range on the ER larges. And obviously, he doesn't have any minimum range on the SRM. So the Gauss rifle is the only thing we can get in close and try to avoid. But if we can avoid that Gauss rifle, he's not that big of a threat. That's a big if. We've got the 6B, an ERPPC and 2 large pulses. We've got the BL6 with 2 larges and a PPC. We've got the Royal Demon with a Gauss rifle, 2 medium pulses and 6 streak missiles. We've got the Wyvern, or Wyvern, however you prefer, with a large pulse medium laser, SRM6 and an LRM10. We've got a Demon with a Gauss rifle. We've got a Zephyr with 3 mediums and an arc and a tag. We've got a Prowler with an LRM10 and 2 medium pulses, and a Sentinel is our smallest enemy at 717 points with a streak 2, a small laser, and an Ultra 5 AC. Okay, we do not outnumber them. We've got 8 units to their 12, it looks like. 12 or 11. We can maybe select the map. No, the map is pretty well situated. Do we have any rerolls? We have 0 rerolls. Okay, apparently Tugyu has no strategy or tactics. Right. Oh. Poser. Poser has 2 tactics and 2 strategy. So we should have 2 rerolls. I don't know why we don't have 2 rerolls, but maybe we will clear up that weather a bit with one of our rerolls. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We'll set the planetary conditions to no snowfall. That's one of our rerolls. And then we will use that extra range as best as we can. We've 1 initiative going into round 1 deployment phase. Oh, we're deploying in the center. Hold on a second. Interception defense. Enemy forces are on the move, heading towards an unknown objective, and we cannot allow them to reach their destination. Their intent remains unclear, but their movement suggests a high-value mission. Your objective is to intercept and engage the enemy, destroying at least 50% of their forces before they can escape via the opposite edge of the engagement zone. They are deploying in the south. Expect the enemy to favor speed and mobility. They are not. They are bringing a bunch of 4-6s and 3-4s. Well, not 3-4s. 3-5s, I mean. They're bringing a bunch of stuff that's only 4-6 and like, I don't know what the movement profile on a demon is, but it's not fast. Avoiding prolonged engagements as they push towards their objective. Deny them their escape route, break their formation, and ensure they do not reach their goal intact. They may attempt to punch through with concentrated force or use diversionary tactics to slip past your defenses. Anticipate their maneuvers and shut them down. We will control the battlefield at the end of the engagement, securing any remaining assets and preventing any further movement from enemy reinforcements. This mission is about disruption and dominance. Cripple their forces, seize the field, and ensure that whatever they were planning never comes to pass. The enemy force appears to be poorly equipped. Additional enemy ground forces have been detected approaching the area. And we are to destroy 50% of the ground reinforcements and the Op 4. They're deploying in the south. Oh, yes. We've got a stalker, we've got a hoser, we've got a grizzly, and we've got a man of war. The man of war is definitely going to want to deploy to the south. These are all level 2, no ice or nothing. So we can deploy there. Three, four, five. How about there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that gives us 3 points of evasion on our first turn on the field, and we can start wailing onto them then. Oh, they already have 2 mediums and 3 heavies. They've got a Sentinel, a Wyvern, a Black Knight, an Orion 2C, and another Black Knight. Now, this Black Knight is the one worth 2100. He's a 3/4 with an ERPPC and 2 large pulse lasers. This guy's only worth 2,000. He's got 2 large lasers and a PPC with a 3/4 pilot. So they're actually pretty close to the same at 2100. Let's see. Put hoser here, where you can get partial cover. Yeah, he's gonna have these guys at long range for a turn, and then he's gonna have them at medium range for a turn or 2. Yeah, we're gonna go there. The Stalker will go next to Hoser, but without the cover, because the Stalker is kind of a beast in close range quarters, with the 5 medium lasers and the 2 SRM6s. And the 2 clan ER mediums if we've got the heat for it. Oh. Tsubasa and the Grizzly. Tsubasa and the Grizzly would like to start here and maybe be backing up the whole time. Because that is a lot of enemies. There's a whole lot of enemies. Okay. We have 1 initiative going into round 1. We've got units deploying on round 6 in the southwest. Oh. Well. Prowler and a pair of demons. Okay, well. Tsubasa. With your Gauss rifle. Can we back up 4 hexes and keep them in medium range? Yes, we can. Okay, so that is what we're gonna do. We'll have Hoser. Hoser's firing at long range, which is a +2 for him, so he's looking at like 3s. Yeah, we'll have him stand still and just snipe. The Stalker will advance 3 hexes and also maybe try to snipe. And Ash will stand still and try to cover that Zephyr. Okay, Ash taking fire from the demon and the demon, it looks like. Gauss rifles both need 8s. And streaks need 10s from this guy. Alright. We'll start with Tsubasa has the Gauss rifle. We've got Black Knight on a 7. We've got the Orion 2C on a 7 as well. Is Strafe and more. We can cover those up. Okay. Tsubasa. The Orion 2C on a 7. And a 5. And a 9. And a 7. We've got Hoser. Hoser wants to take out the ones who are getting close first. So that's going to be the Black Knight on 4s. Yeah, that's going to be 1, 2, 3. Do we go 9 heat over? I think we're going to go 9 heat over. That'll be a +1 to our target the next turn, but then after that we'll be okay. The Stalker has the Black Knight similarly on 8s, or this Black Knight on 8s, or the Sentinel or the Demon on 8s as well. We'll do the Demon on a pair of 8s. We'll do a pair of 10s. We'll do a quartet of 10s with the LRMs. That should put us at 2 heat over. Ash with the medium lasers at medium range. We've got the Zephyr on 5s. We should be able to nail him. The Demon on 8s misses the Man of War. The Demon on 8s misses the Man of War. The Grizzly misses the Orion on a 7. Does hit with the large pulse laser to the left torso. Hits with the LRM-10 to the right torso and CT for 1. A total of 6. Right torso is down to 17. Left torso is down to 12. The Zephyr hits the Man of War in the right leg with a medium laser down to 29. The Sentinel hits the Man of War in the right leg and left arm with Ultra AC 5 fire, and the Streak 2 locks on and hits twice in the right torso down to 20. Hoser at the Black Knight hits him in the right torso, hits him in the left leg, hits him in the center torso critical, and the center torso critting on his active probe twice, and his engine twice. Okay, those engine crits are going to be important. Because that's going to be a large laser plus a medium laser that he's not firing every turn. The Wyvern missed the Man of War on a 10 and an 8. The Orion 2C hits the Man of War in the chest with the Gauss rifle on a 7. Missed with the ER larges on 7s. Did land the LRM 20 for 12 to the left arm and right leg. Left arm is down to 14, right leg is down to 19. Our Stalker at the Demon hits him in the front for 10 down to 40, and hits him in the left side, costing him a movement point down to 27 armor there. 3 to the turret leaves him at 35. The Prowler misses on an 11 and a 7. The Man of War at the Zephyr hits him in the front, hits him in the front. The turret, the front again, costing him a movement point, the front, and then miss on 5s. Could not get one more hit on the front and get the kill. The Black Knight took 60 plus, needs a 9, gets a 6, falls on his rear, takes 8 to the left and right torso rear, down to 3 on the left side, down to 5 on the right. Needs a 9 to avoid hurting the pilot, gets the 9. And then Ash needs a 5 to stay standing because she took 40 plus. Needs and 5 gets an 11. Yeah, 2 engine hits is very nice, especially on a Black Knight, which is very heat sink dependent. Our Stalker is at 2 heat, their Wyvern is at 4, their Orion 2C is up to 8 heat, and Hoser is up to 9. We've got units deploying on round 6. We have 1 initiative going into round 2. We're gonna have Tsubasa and the Grizzly back up 4 hexes. We can still hit the Demon or the Orion 2C. That's at a walk, so yeah, that works for me. The Stalker is really more of a close range specialist, so he will advance. Ash will also back up. We've got the Sentinel at 5 hexes or the Black Knight at 4. Oh, the Zephyr is running over here to the side. Zephyr tank is falling back. Okay. Well, Wyvern is falling back. Everyone is falling back. Okay. Well, they're in forced retreat then. Oh, he had... Was that the Black Knight that ejected? Oh! Yes, the Black Knight ejected. Okay. Free Black Knight, and it is the Royal variant. So nice. So that's already got the double heat sinks, I believe. All that's left is Hoser, and Hoser will be standing still. Orion 2C enters Rebel, needs a 4, gets a 5. Black Knight 6B needs a 6 to get up, gets a 3. Hold on, real quick, let me double check that. That was 138. Right torso, left leg, center torso, engine, center torso, engine. Wow. Yeah, no. Call me surprised, but yeah, 138, the Black Knight goes to Hoser. I'm surprised he ejected after just 2 engine hits. He could have stayed in there. But yeah. The other Black Knight successfully stands up at a sprint. Or no, unsuccessfully tries to stand up at a sprint and gets a 3. Takes 8 damage to the right leg, leaving him at 16. Narrowly avoids hurting the pilot. Tries again at a sprint, falls on his setter torso. Critting on the gyro twice, and then ejects. Okay. So you shot him in the engine and knocked him down. He tried to get up and fell on his gyro, which left him immobile, and then he ejected. Okay. That's just a bit of a train to follow. But hey, it is a kill. Even if it is kind of by pilot error, I'm going to give it to you. The engine will need a ton of work and it will need a new gyro. I am not worried about that. Do you know how many gyros we have in stock? Is that under S for standard? I think that's under S for standard. Intersphere Clan. Standard gyro 3-ton, we have 27 of them. 4-ton, we have 8 of them. I'm not worried about replacing a gyro. The 2 engine hits we can always repair. Yeah, that's a free Black Knight. Way to go, Hoser. The Sentinel also enters Rubble, needs a 5, gets the 5. Let's see, the Stalker at the Wyvern. We'll skip the ER larges on 7s. We'll do the ER mediums. Oh, wait. The wrong button. Skip the ER larges. We've got 7s with the ER mediums. We've got 7s with all the regular mediums. And then we've got 7s with the SRMs. That leaves us 4 heat under. Do we want to throw in an ER large? I don't think we do. We could add 6 heat by dropping 2 medium lasers. That would be minus 10 damage plus 10 if it hit. But it's 4 heat over. Or no, it would be... Yeah, it would be 2 heat over. I don't think we're going to do that. We might throw in a couple of LRMs just to fill out our heat curve. But yeah, on 11s, we're going to go heat neutral. Tsubasa has the Black Knight on a 7. Has the Orion on a 6. Has one of the demons on a 6. Yeah, we'll do one of the demons on a 6, and we'll do the large pulse, the medium pulse on an 8, and the LRM's also on an 8. Ash has the Black Knight on 4s, has the Sentinel on 5s. So yeah, we'll do the Black Knight on 4s. We'll try to knock him down, even though he's a veteran pilot. And I don't think it's gonna work, but we'll try. Most of those are gonna hit. The Sentinel, we've got him on 5s. We've got the Orion 2C on 3s. We'll do the Orion 2C, and that'll put us at 3 heat over. Hopefully we can get a head hit. The Demon misses Hoser on a 9 with his Gauss rifle. Stalker at the Wyvern hits him with both ER mediums to the center torso and right arm for 7 each. Medium lasers to the center torso and right leg down to 8 and 17. To the right leg again down to 12. The medium lasers to the left arm and right leg down to 7. 2 SRM 6s for 11 hits. Nice. Right leg down to 1. Left torso down to 14. Left torso down to 12. Right leg down to 10 structure and critting on a jump jet. CT down to 6, and then we also landed 5 LRMs, or 3 LRMs to the right arm, leaving him with 4 armor. The Demon does hit Hoser in the left torso with his Gauss rifle, down to 9 armor there. The Grizzly at Tsubasa hits him in the Tsubasa at the Demon hits him in the front with a Gauss rifle, costing it a movement point, hits it in the left side with a large pulse, costing it another movement point. The LRM 10 and the medium pulse both miss on 8s. The Sentinel hits Ash in the right leg and right arm with the Ultra AC 5, down to 14 on the right leg, down to 21 on that arm. And the Streak 2 also connects to the left leg and center torso, down to 18 on that CT. The Orion 2C misses with the Gauss rifle, does land the ER large on the Stalker's left arm, down to 18. And 9 of 20 LRMs to the left leg and right arm, down to 25 and 24. Ash at the Black Knight with all the medium lasers hits the center torso, left leg, miss, center torso, left torso, right leg, right torso, right leg down to 14, left torso down to 14, left arm, right torso down to 14, center torso down to 14. Man, he is down to 14 all over. Hoser at the Orion 2C hits him in the chest for 15, hits him in the right leg and right torso for 15 each. The CT is holding strong at 18, the right leg is holding strong at 17, the right torso is getting weak at 2. The Black Knight succeeds, needs an 8, gets an 8. The Wyvern needs a 9, gets a 5, goes down on his right leg. Does not get the crit, leaves it with 5 structure. Needs a 9 to avoid hurting the pilot, gets a 9. The Orion 2C took 40 plus, needs a 6, gets an 8. And Ash took 20 plus, needs a 4, gets a 7. subtracting heat for the temperature. The Orion 2C is at 4 heat. The Man-O-War is at 3. Our Hoser is at 3 as well. Might be worth shooting 4 again soon. We have 1 initiative going into round 3. We have units deploying on round 6. The pilot that ejected is dead because it's snowing out. And I'm going to give you guys just a minute to recollect on that. While I go answer a call of nature, I'll just be a minute. Sorry. Sorry about that. Yeah, that was one of the things I meant to do before the stream, but like I said before, broken glass situation. Might be good to sync initiative with Hoser if they're gonna be standing still anyway. You know, you're not wrong. Yeah, we'll go ahead. Hoser is gonna stand still. Let them come to him. Ash would like to maybe back up. The Black Knight is a 4/6. He's not overheating, so he's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That puts him within 3 hexes. Maybe we go back to here. That gives him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I like that. We'll have Ash attack the Black Knight. We'll have the Stalker back up as well. Try to keep some distance from that Orion 2C. With its, well, the Orion 2C actually, we kind of want to be up close because it's got the Gauss rifle. We could run and pick up a point of evasion and be in his right flank. The Gauss rifle is on his right side. Yeah, we'll do that. That'll leave us a bit exposed. Tsubasa would maybe like to stand still as well. I think Ash needs to be greedy this turn. We'll see. We'll see. All I was thinking how Hoser could take a couple steps back. Okay, the Zephyr flees to the west, so the Zephyr is effectively neutralized. The Wyvern stands up on a 6, gets a 7. We do have, it looks like 2 demons firing on Tugyu and the Stalker. They need 6s and 7s and 8s and 9s. We're going to be firing on the Orion. We're going to need 7s, so we're going to skip the ER larges. We'll throw in some LRMs. Okay, so all the lasers at the Orion, except the ER larges. Hold on. Okay, we're gonna skip the ER larges. We're gonna do the ER mediums and the mediums on the Orion and the SRMs. We're gonna follow that with some LRM5 fire on the Demon on 9s. That's everything but the ER larges done firing. Tsubasa at the Wyvern on a 3. Or do we want to get in the back of a Black Knight? Alright, we're not in movement anymore. Tsubasa has... Okay, we can hit the Black Knight on a 4. We can hit the Wyvern on a 3. We might get lucky and hit his right leg and crit on his hip. We might get lucky and crit on his center torso. Yeah, we'll do the Gauss Rifle at the Black Knight. We'll do the Pulse Lasers at the Sentinel. And the LRMs at the Black Knight on a 4. Ash at the Black Knight on his right side on 4s. Or we've got the Wyvern on 3s. Yeah. We'll go 5 feet over to take on the Wyvern on 3s, because pretty much all of those are going to hit. And then Hoser. Oh, that stalker is going to take a beating. Tugu, hang in there. We've got the other demon on 1s. Do we go 12 feet over? Do we go 12 heat over? Yeah, let's keep those heat sinks pumping. Because next turn we're going to be 45, we're going to be 7 over, so that'll be just a 1 turn's worth of targeting penalty. So the demon hits the stalker in the right torso with the Gauss rifle down to 12. 2 SRMs to the left arm and right leg. The left arm is down to 16. Demon hits the stalker in the right arm. Would have been the head, but we caught it with some edge. 15 to the right arm leaves us with 9, and 2 streak SRMs to the left arm and right torso, down to 10 on that right torso. The stalker returns fire at the Orion, hits him in the right arm and right torso with ER mediums. Hits him with regular mediums in the center torso and the right torso, critting on his Gauss rifle ammo. Oh no, critting on his Gauss rifle, because the Gauss rifle is explosive, not the ammo. 20 damage to the right torso, remaining 14 damage prevented by case. Right arm is blown off. Right torso is blown off. He's down to an ER large and an LRM 20 and an SRM 4. Okay. And then 6 SRMs to the right leg, center torso down to 11, center torso down to 9, left torso down to 10. LRM 5s at the demon, immobilize the demon on a lucky hit with the secondary target. 3 LRMs to the front caused it to be immobile. The Sentinel firing at Hoser jams his autocannon. Nice. It's just heat. We need to get guns off the field. I agree. We definitely need to get those Gauss rifles off the field. The Sentinel is helping us, getting his autocannon 5 off the field. Small laser misses, SRM2 hits, but hits him in the right leg, which is behind cover. Tsubasa at the Black Knight hits him in the right leg for 15, down to 15 structure. Large pulse laser to the left torso, down to 8 structure. Medium pulse laser to the left arm, down to 1 armor, and 6 LRMs to the right torso and center torso, both of which still have armor. The Orion 2C hits the Stalker in the left leg with a Gauss rifle, down to 10. Here, a large laser to the left arm would have been the head, but we redirect it with another point of edge. Takes it to the left arm, down to 4. And then 3 SRMs to the right leg and center torso, both of which are holding strong. 16 LRMs, mostly to the center torso, which is down to 30. Left leg is down to 5, right arm is down to 4. Man of War at the Wyvern, hit him in the center torso, center torso again, left arm, right torso, left arm, right torso, left arm, transferring into the center torso. Left arm transferring into the left torso, down to 8. Medium laser to the right leg, destroyed it. Medium laser to the right arm, down to 6, and critted on his large pulse laser. The Prowler hits the Stalker on the right torso and the left arm, critting on a heat sink and the LRM5. And an SRM2 to the left torso, down to 25. Hoser at the Demon hits it in the front, 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 and destroys the Demon in one volley. Nice shooting. It's all of the paint on Hoser's mech that jammed the AC5. Yeah, 4 shots all to the front. Hit it where it was strong and still punched through. Nice. Tugyu needs an 8 to stay standing for taking 80 plus damage, gets the 8. The Clan Black Knight needs a 7, gets a 9. The Wyvern lost a leg and goes down on his left torso, critting on his engine. Needs a 14 to avoid hurting the pilot, gets a 7. Needs a 3 to stay conscious, gets a 5. The Orion 2C also took 40 plus, needs a 6, gets a 7. We will be kicking the Orion 2C on a 6. We absolutely will. And he is not going to try to kick us in return. We got him in the right leg for 17. He's down to 12 structure. He does not go down. Yeah, that extra heat was definitely worth it. We got a Gauss rifle off the field. That is important. Tugyu is up to 4. Their Orion 2C is up to 3. Their Man of War is up, or our Man of War is up to 5, and Hoser is up to 12 momentarily with 50 heat sinking. It's not going to be for long. We've 1 initiative going into round 4. We've got reinforcements arriving on round 6. Alright, Hoser is currently a 1-2. We're just gonna turn this way. We'll shoot the Black Knight in the right side. Maybe we'll take his leg down. If we can catch him in the right leg, we will take him down and he will not be getting back up. We can catch him in the center torso, we might get some crits. Anywhere else, we're not liable to do any damage. Nothing serious. Let's see, the Stalker. Like to back up and take on the Demon at long range. Wait, I thought Hoser's turning, yes, so we can hit the Black Knight. Ash was a 585 with Hopping Jack. So we can jump to here, catch the Orion at medium range. The Sentinel's trying to get away. Tsubasa will engage the Sentinel. Alright, Wyvern ejects. Who gets the kill on the Wyvern? Was that Ash at the Wyvern? We got him in the center torso, we got him in the left arm, we got him in the left arm, we got him in the left torso. Right leg destroyed. Okay, so Ash gets the Wyvern. Okay, so Ash gets the Wyvern. Destroyed by ejection. Okay, so the Stalker. Going for the Prowler on 4s or the Demon on 8s. Let's go for the Demon on 8s. Or 0s. Yeah, that'll be maybe an ER large and a couple ER mediums and a couple medium lasers. We'll go 3 heat over on that. Or do we go 7 heat over to throw in an SRM6? I don't think we do. Tsubasa at the Sentinel. We've got him on an 8 with the Gauss rifle. We'll do a 4-4-4 with the pulses. The Black Knight will do a 6 and a 6 with the Gauss and the LRMs. Already so much good salvage on the field. Yeah. Actually, it's all Intersphere. It's all SLDF tech, except for the Orion 2C. We go 2 heat over on the Orion from Ash. And Hoser. We'll try to finish off this Black Knight on 5. So we'll do 1, 2, 3. That puts us 7 over. So we'll be slower next turn, but not less accurate. Alright, Stalker hits the Demon in the front, the rear, immobilizing it, the front, the right side, and the front, destroying the Demon. Way to go. The Sentinel hits Tsubasa with 2 SRMs to the right leg and right torso, down to 21 on that torso. Tsubasa hits the Sentinel in the head with the large pulse laser, forcing Simal's first consciousness check. Needs a 3, gets a 9. Medium pulse laser to the center torso, down to 3. Small pulse laser to the left arm, down to 4 structure. The Gauss rifle misses the Black Knight, and the LRM 10 does hit the right arm and the right leg. Right leg is down to 12. The Man-O-War hits the Orion in the chest, hits him in the right arm, which transfers to the chest. Right leg down to 7. Right torso transfers to the chest, down to 17. Right leg down to 2. Left torso down to 5 armor. Chest down to 12. Critting on the gyro and the left arm. The Prowler hits the Stalker in the left arm with an SRM, critting on a medium laser. And 3 LRMs to the right leg, down to 21. Hoser at the Black Knight hits him in the center torso rear, hits him in the right leg, legs the Black Knight. Nice. So I think that's going to be 139 for Hoser. ERPVC to the right torso rear, down to 6. The Sentinel goes down on his left arm, which destroys it. Needs a 6 to avoid hurting the pilot, gets a 4. Needs a 5 to stay conscious, gets a 7. Black Knight goes down because he lost a leg, takes 3 to the head and 5 to the right torso. Needs a 3 to stay conscious. Needs a 14 to make his seatbelt check, gets a 7. Needs a 5 to stay conscious, gets a 7. Orion 2C goes down from a gyro hit. Who hit the Orion and the gyro? Okay, so Ash got the Orion. Yep, you're right. Ash got the Orion in the center torso for the gyro, which knocks him down. He falls on his ammo and blows up. So that is a kill for Ash. We've still got the Sentinel, the Black Knight, and the Orion 2C, all of which are running at 0 heat. Our Stalker is up to 3, our Man-O-War is up to 2, our Awesome is up to 7. Going into round 5. With reinforcements on round 6. Pilot Carolyn destroyed by extreme temperature. We've won initiative going into round 5. We are going last. They've got a Prowler, they've got a crippled and immobile Orion 2C, they've got a prone Sentinel, and they've got a pilot who's ejected from their Black Knight. Let me just do something real quick. Yeah, we've got their up 4 down to 13%. Their reinforcements are still at 100%, but they haven't reached the field yet. Okay, well, we'll have the Stalker advance on the Orion. Tsubasa go 3 hexes north just to try to preempt the Sentinel. Ash barely hit the Sentinel. That's extreme range. Where did the Prowler go? Oh, there's the Prowler. We'll walk in case the Prowler decides to go within 3 to 6 hexes of us, 4 to 6 hexes. Hoser will turn another 2 hex faces and have the Sentinel at medium range. Alright, Black Knight, destroyed by ejection, needs a 7, gets a 9. Sentinel gets up, needs a 7, gets a 6. Takes 4 to the right arm, needs a 7 to avoid hurting the pilot, gets a 7. Then needs a 7 to get up, gets a 7 for sprinting. He was sprinting both times. Okay, so Stalker at the Orion 2C, we're going to go for the head. Play. Not a lot of armor left, only 3950 points. Not a lot of weapons left. Just the Gauss Rifle and the SRM-4. Alright, we'll go for the Sentinel first. Capturing the Orion with the pilot would be cool. Was what, a veteran pilot on the Orion? Yeah, he's a 3-4. He's got 4 hits. Chris Sace. 3-4 pilot. No SPAs. Actually, frick, the Stalker didn't do any, or the Prowler didn't do anything. So yeah, that'll be, ER large on a 5, 2 ER mediums on 5s, 1, 2, 3, 4 SRMs on 5s. We'll go 8 heat over to try to take out the Prowler this turn. Tsubasa at the Sentinel. We've got him on a 5, a 3, and a 5, and a 7. 5. Ash had moved here in case the Prowler moved forward, but I guess he didn't do that. Ash has no one in range. And Hoser has the Sentinel on 4s in the back. We'll stop at 3 because that puts us 2 heat over. Right, Stalker hits the Prowler in the front, down to 8, in the front, critical, down to 1, and killed the crew. Front, and destroyed the Prowler. Okay. And the SRMs are superfluous. The Grizzly hits the Sentinel in the left leg, critting on his lower leg, and a large pulse laser to the CTR, medium pulse laser to the left torso rear, down to 6 structure, and a small pulse laser to the right arm. The Prowler hits the Stalker in the right torso and the center torso and the left torso for 4. Poser hits the Sentinel in the left arm, transfers into the left torso rear, destroying that, and transferring into the center torso rear and destroying that. Right leg down to 5, center torso rear down to 0. Stalker took 20 plus, needs a 5, gets a 6. Alright, Stalker is up to 8 heat. The Orion is up to 0. Poser is down to 2. Pilot of the Orion 2C needs a 10 to wake up, gets an 11. So the Orion 2C wakes up. Pilot Cygna is in extreme temperature and dies from snow. We have lost initiative going into round 6, but I think we're about to call it, given that the only thing they have left is the Orion 2C. Well, we do have reinforcements. We've got the Crusader. We've got Yarvik in the longbow. We've got Brankahala in the Zeus. And we've got Jonathan O'Dour in the Kraken. Okay, now we've got a Galahad and a Flashman on the field. Okay, that is the extent of their reinforcements. Okay. And our objective is to destroy 50% of them and their reinforcements. So let's see, the Stalker's taking a fair amount of damage, so we will back him up. The Crusader will advance 4 hexes kind of down in that direction. Yarvik will advance 3 hexes in the longbow. The Zeus will advance 4 hexes kind of that way. Tsubasa will advance on the Orion. Oh, the Flashman is moving to engage. Ash will advance to the south, where she can get the Orion at her ideal range. Poser, now that he's got all of his movement points, can actually turn around in 1 turn without running into problems. The Orion, at a sprint with his damaged gyro, needs a 9 to stand up, gets a 7, falls on his center torso twice, critting on his engine and his gyro again, and blacking out the pilot in the fall. Okay, so the Crusader can get the Flashman on a pair of 12s, and a pair of 8s, and get the Galahad on an 11. We'll do 2 11s, because those are streak estimates. Yarvik has the Flashman on a 13 with the medium lasers, so we'll switch to the LRMs. We've got him on 9s. Or we've got the Galahad on 9s. Let's do the Galahad on 9s, because he is more of a glass cannon. The Stalker, likewise, will hit the Galahad on 8s instead of 10s, and 10s instead of 12s. Let's see, the Zeus will hit the Flashman on 8s, a couple 12s, and then 8 for 4 heat over. And last but not least, the Kraken can hit the Galahad on 9s or the Flashman on 9. We'll go for the Galahad. Tsubasa with the Gauss rifle. Is the Galahad on 11? Sure. And last but not least, well, not last, is Ash in the Man War. They'll be going for the head. They'll be going for the head on 6s. And Hoser has the Galahad on 4s at that kind of range. That's ridiculous. Yeah. Go ahead. We'll fire 4 of them at 4s. And this is going to be the last round of the match, I'm pretty sure. What's the victory condition? No cap, kill all. Not quite. Our objective is to kill 50% of their total forces. Prevent them from reaching the opposite end of the field. The Crusader misses on 12s and 8s and misses the Galahad on 11s. The Longbow misses on 9s, except for 4 LRMs to the center torso, 4 to the center torso, and 4 to the center torso. So that's from 30 down to 18 real quick. The Stalker hits him in the left arm for 10 down to 10. The Galahad, 2 Gauss rifles, hit the Stalker to the right torso and right leg. Right torso is down to 1 structure. Ouch. Right leg is down to 6 armor. The Zeus at the Flashman misses on 8s and 12s. Does land 6 LRMs to the right torso and left arm. The Kraken at the Galahad hits him in the right leg for 1. Hits him in the left leg for 1. Hits him in the right torso for 3, down to 17. The Grizzly hits the Galahad in the left arm for 5, down to 5. Flashman hits the Longbow in the right leg and the left leg with large lasers, down to 28 in both of those locations. The Manowar hits the Orion in the center torso and kills the Orion. Dang. Head is down to 2 structure. How's the pilot already dead? Oh. Because we destroyed the head, that's why. And then 5 more to the head, and then 5 more to the head. Wow. Okay. So Hoser hits the Galahad in the right leg and the left leg, both down to 12. The right arm down to 5, and the center torso down to 3. Stalker stays standing. The Galahad also stays standing. Needs an 8, gets an 8. Stalker's at 4 heat. Zeus is at 4 heat. Kraken is at 2 heat. Manowar is at 2 heat. Awesome is at 12 heat. What is our battle value looking like? We've got them down to Team 2, 23.25%. Okay, so we can go ahead. We can call it there. We have blocked them from making it to the other side of the field. Yeah, we save a GIF or GIF, however you prefer. We save the salvage. We are done here. The scenario templates states that you always retain battlefield control. Yes, we controlled the battlefield. Alright, Man of War took light damage. The Stalker took heavy damage, including a double heatsink. Right torso down to 1 structure. Left arm down to 10 structure. Ouch. Barely holding on. The Man of War took light damage, just armor. And the missing heatsink that we're constantly trying to deal with. Let's shrink down a little bit. No one got injured because everyone has enough edge. The Galahad and the Flashman both escaped. Yeah, I agree with that. 40%. So we can get the Orion 2C. We can get... No, the Orion 2C is really the only thing we're interested in. Did we capture anyone? We captured a pilot from the Demon Tank. Captured the pilot of the Galahad, the Sentinel, and the Wyvern. Alright, Black Knight, 139 goes to Hoser. 140, Wyvern, goes to, looks like, Ash. And 138 goes to Hoser. Alright, so we got Hoser with 4 kills, that's worth an award. We've got Ash with 2 kills and Tugia with 2 kills. Destroy 50%, we did all of that. Scenario victory point, we did that. And yes, Fred Hoser Jones gets a bronze star, another one for getting 4 kills in a scenario worth an additional 3 XP. Jonathan Odor and Branka Hala both get edge for being involved in combat. We'll issue those awards. Okay, now we just have another engagement scheduled for tomorrow, which honestly, with a little luck, we might be able to get through tonight. But I'm not going to count on it because it's a breakthrough mission and our slowest unit is a 4-6. We've got 2 Riflemen's, a Supernova, a Black Knight Royal, and a Warhammer Royal. No, not a Royal War. Regular Warhammer. That's 2 BBCs, 2 medium lasers, 2 small lasers, 2 machine guns, and an SRM-6. Okay. That is the one that's slightly armored. Supernova has me a little worried, given that it is 6 ER large lasers and a pile of heat sinks. But if we can salvage that, that would be fantastic. But I don't think we're going to be able to. The enemy has deployed a delaying force to stall our advance toward a critical objective. Their mission is to slow us down, bleed our forces, and buy time for their reinforcements to fortify their position. Your task is to push through their blockade and continue the advance. Victory can be achieved in one of 2 ways. Ensure that at least 50% of your forces reach the far edge of the engagement zone, bypassing the enemy's attempt to hold you in place. Alternatively, if they commit too heavily to blocking your path, destroy at least 75% of their forces, breaking their ability to resist and forcing them to withdraw. Be advised, the enemy will control the field at the end of the engagement. There will be no time for salvage or securing the area. Speed and decisive action are key. Either break through or break them entirely, but do not allow them to stall our momentum. Enemy ground forces have been detected approaching the area. Yeah. 2 Riflemen's, a Supernova, a Black Knight, and a Warhammer, all with 3-4 pilots. versus ours, which is a mix of 2-3 and 3-4 pilots with an archer, a cestus, a warhammer, and a marauder. So they've got us outnumbered and out-tunned, and we've got them out-skilled. Can we maybe set solution link maneuver? Might be able to flee the field with your 4-6 mech to prevent it from being caught. Yeah, but that still leaves. I mean, we've got a 5-8-5. I mean, we've got a 4-6 Wyvern. I mean, he can handle himself, just he's not that fast. We got the Cestus, which is a 4-6 as well. We've got the Warhammer as a 5-8, and Tentacle Shogun is a 5-8-5. So the Cestus is in just as bad a shape as the Wyvern's Archer in that case. They're both 4-6s. Oh. Yeah, so did I, but then I realized the Cestus is also a 4-6. So that's gonna pose a little bit of a problem. Now, Marauder alone represents more than half of our forces, and that might be because it is a 5-8-5. It does have all the pulse lasers. This is actually going to be the first time that Tentacle Shogun has been in battle in his new mech. We will see. Maybe a 6-9 movement profile is enough to get him across the field, and then a 5-8 for Scarponi. No, definitely not a Hoser mission. You're absolutely right about that. This one requires speed and mobility, which is not his strong suit. Now, the last mission, that was his strong suit. That was stand still and shoot these guys until they die, and that was exactly what his mech is designed to do. So do we want to send Galatea, or not Galatea, Aleutian Lance? Do we want to send Aleutian Lance to try to help out? They've got the Cronus, they've got the Champion, the Phoenix Hawk, and the Clint, all of which are worth about 3,000 points, except the Champion is a bit more. But that would cost us like a lot of support points. Might be the way to go. Flee with the 4-6s and the 5-8s, run for the objective. Yeah, because we don't have the support points to give them reinforcements right now, I don't think. I mean, we could try. But I'd like to save those for another mission. And the Supernova is what, a 3-5? But it's heavily armored. It is super heavily armored, and it's got those 6 ER large lasers. Maybe just take the L. If I can help it, I'm not going to give them any victories because their morale is already dominating. The enemy has the upper hand, controlling critical objectives and inflicting heavy casualties. Your forces are under significant pressure and defeat is imminent. If we can continue to create victories against them, we can bring their morale down, and that'll bring the pace of the entire contract down. But we do have to hit them with some victories and not some losses. They're all 3/4s. We've got a 2/3 in the cestus. And a 2/3 in the archer. Doesn't even start until tomorrow. We've got some repairs to work on. Hoser took a Gauss rifle, it looks like, to the left torso. I think it was. We can have Penny or Chris knock that out on a 2. Crusader has an LRM ammo bin. We'll have Ratnabala do that. Stalker can use some ammo in the SRM6 bin and the LRM5 bin. The Zeus can use some LRM5 shots. Kraken can use some LRM5 shots. The Grizzly can use some LRM10 and some Gauss rifle shots. The Man of War needs a heat sink. The Longbow needs some ammo. The Orion 2C is salvage. The Orion 2C is going to give us a couple ER larges and an LRM20. Nothing special. Alright, let's get into the armor. Kai with 16 XP maybe. Guillaume with 28 XP. He's also an armor specialist. Yeah, we'll do Guillaume. We'll do all of these at rush job 1/8. Okay, the Stalker took a hit to the double heat sink. We will have Chris can repair the double heat sink. Left arm and right torso. Oh, no. Edibor can knock those out real quick on a 2 and a 4. The LRM5 can go back in the Stalker on a 3, and the medium laser on a 3 as well. The Grizzly took some armor damage. Where's Guillaume? There's Guillaume. 10 and 10. Man of War. Okay, so that's going to be 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 8 minutes, 15 minutes, and 2 minutes. The longbow. Also going to be minus 1/8, 5 and 5. And the Orion 2C. Oh, that's Clan Pharaoh armor. Elena can pull the armor off of that. What? 36, 51 points. Okay, LRM 20, we can have, Elena can pull that. She's an armor specialist as well, or a weapon specialist. And then, Ben is a weapon specialist, he can pull the ER larges. We've got some actuators, we've got a ton of actuators. We can have, Shoyab. Has Shoyab got enough XP to go up yet? Shoyab. Shoyab has enough to become a veteran. Huzzah. Okay, so. Vernita. Wait, Vernita. Okay, Vernita just became a veteran mech tech as well. Right? And there's Vernita. She can start pulling these actuators at 45 minutes a pop. Or not even, at 23 minutes a pop. Yeah, so let's go ahead and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of those. Alright, and then we can also pull the left arm endosteel, and we can pull the right arm endosteel. The left leg, we can have Fox do that on a 3. And the right leg is going to be a little bit of a project. We'll have Ben. Ben can do that today and tomorrow. Alright. No salvage means it's not worth risking the loss of pilots or mechs. Yeah, but if we skip it, the enemy's morale could take a boost at the end of the month, and I'm not trying to do that. I've fought against the clans before, and you do not want to let their morale get out of hand. Because once that happens, they just get a bonus of like 2 and 3 on every roll, and then you're fighting them every week, and you're just getting your ass kicked, basically. Alright. Go back to the command center. We got some birthdays, all privates except for Sade, who is a dependent, a 32-year-old dependent. Divergent engagement is today. Deploy a force. We've got the right leg off the endosteel. The Cyclops will be ready in 4 days. The Highlander will be ready in 15 days. The Orion has been moved from the unit roster. And we have not been able to find any of our parts because we're all on clan planets. We were able to find a couple of engines available within about a month. Okay. Huh. Diversion engagement. Manage reinforcements. Can we send... Can we send Tethys Lance? Their target number is 10 plus. Can go 6 plus for all of our support points. Yeah, we'll do 6 plus for all of our support points. Rolled a 10, needed a 6. Okay, we successfully reinforced. It's Galatea Lance, which is Wyvern, Vernita, Scarponi, and Tentacle Shogun. And Tethys Lance is Alandavi, Branka Hala, Yarvik, and Jonathan Odor. And Hala and Odor now have Edge, so that'll help out a lot. Yeah, we'll do start game. Okay. We do outnumber the... No, it's evenly matched. It's 8 against 8. We do have them on battle value, but their reinforcements are arriving on round 6, and ours are arriving on round 8. So ours are arriving on the edge, theirs are arriving on the south. We're deploying in the south, they're deploying in the north. Oh. That supernova has me worried. Rifleman 2C has me worried. That's 4 large pulse lasers. The Black Knight has me a bit worried. The Warhammer does not, but the Rifleman 2C kind of does. It's got 20 shots. Got 20 shots with those LB5Xs. Alright, I guess. Oh, hold on. What's planetary conditions? Daylight, standard, gusting rain, and a light fog. We should have... Wyvern. Wyvern has 1 tactics and 1 strategy, so we get 1 reroll. Do we reroll the rain or the fog? I think we're gonna... The rain from gusting to heavy. Yeah, I think that looks good. Heavy rain with a moderate gale, light fog. And that's the best we're gonna do, I think. We've lost initiative going into the deployment phase. This is gonna be ugly. This is all mud. How about we try to run up the side here? Marauder and the Cestus. With a little luck, they'll never know we were here. Oh, Gross is right. Let's see if we can get past them. Okay, no targets yet. Hopefully it stays that way. Change the weather, make it snowy. Yeah, I'm just glad our reinforcements start on the edge so we can actually, like, reinforce where we need to. I am seeing some sensor returns up there. That's not good. There's the Marauder. Sorry, I was trying to click on him for like a minute, but it kept popping things up over his icon. Lord, how deep is this mud that we can only go 1 hex a turn? And that was my phone, which I forgot to plug in. Right, Rifleman 2C. Can we hit him? We got him on 10s. Let's do it this way. We got the Rifleman 2C on 10s. We'll take a pair of those shots. SRM 4s are not going to be in range. Marauder is ER large lasers. Has him on, ooh, a pair of 7s. That's not bad. And we will skip everything else because we're not going to do better than a 7. And the Cestus with the Gauss rifle has him outside of visual range. Okay. Okay, well, the Warhammer missed. Tentacle Shogun took 10 damage to the right leg from an unknown source. The Rifleman missed on a quartet of 10s. Tentacle Shogun landed a 7 on his center torso down to 20. Check the numbers of sensor returns and estimate speed to give you a clue of what they are. We could, yeah. We have 1 initiative going into round 3. Okay, going to advance through the mud. Yes, the Sisters can sprint because he's so far behind. Our pony at the Rifleman on 8s. The Archer has nothing. Marauder has the other Rifleman on 5s. Tens. Alright, the Supernova hits us in the right arm with a glancing blow for 5, down to 19. Rifleman 2C hits us in the left arm and center torso with glancing blows for 5 each, down to 19 and 29. And a 5 to the left torso, down to 20. The Warhammer missed on a pair of 8s. The Rifleman lands an AC 5 for 2 damage to our right arm, down to 17, and we hit the Rifleman in the right torso and center torso, which knocks him down. He takes another 6 to the right and center torso and right leg, fails his seatbelt check but makes his consciousness check, and we make our piloting check to stay standing. Rifleman 2C is up to 2 heat. Rifleman C is up to 2 heat. Sorry, Rifleman 2C is up to 10 heat, is what I meant to say. We've got round 4, and we have lost initiative. We'll advance 2 hexes. We'll advance 2 hexes. We'll advance 2 hexes. We'll advance 5 hexes. Okay, Rifleman C falls, takes 6 damage to the center torso and right torso, down to single digits in both of those locations. Narrowly avoids failing his seatbelt check. Then he tries to stand up again, takes 5 to the left arm and 1 to the right torso, critical, for no effect. Needs a 6 to avoid hurting the pilot, gets a 10. Finally, needs a 6 to stand up, gets a 9. Alright, Scarponi with the PVCs. At the Rifleman 2C, we've got him on 6s. Wyvern in the Archer has nothing in range. Tentacle Shogun at the Rifleman. We're gonna skip the ER larges. We'll do the mediums on 5s. We'll do the pulses on 3s, and yeah, that'll be 2 ER larges and 3 medium pulses. Yeah, we'll skip the ER mediums. We'll just do the medium pulses. We'll go 1 heat over to do that. And the Cestus has the Supernova, hopefully, outside of visual. Okay. Okay, we've got the Supernova, or the Rifleman on a 6, and a 7, and an 8. I'll throw in a 9. Okay, the Warhammer hits the Rifleman in the left leg with a PVC, down to 20. The supernova hits Wyvern in the right leg and the right arm for 10 each. That's a 16 and 12 in those locations, and a 10 to the left leg leaves us with 16. The rifleman hits Wyvern in the right torso, left torso. That's another 30, so that's 60 that Wyvern has taken this turn alone, leaving him with 4 on the right torso and 14 on the left torso. Tentacle Shogun hits the rifleman in the right torso in the head, forcing his first consciousness check. Right leg, right torso down to 6, right arm down to 13. Black Knight hits Tentacle Shogun in the left arm for 5, down to 14. And the Cestus hits the rifleman in the left torso for 8, down to 12. Their Warhammer misses us on a pair of 9s. We need an 8 to stay standing, we get a 9. They need an 8 to stay standing, they get a 9. They are building up some heat. Their Supernova is up to 8. Our Cestus is up to 3. Their Black Knight is up to 4. I'm not liking the way this is going. We're taking way too much damage on our one mech. We've lost initiative again. Scarponi will advance 2 hexes. Our Warhammer has advanced. Wyvern will advance. The Cestus will advance. Michael Shogun would like to get in the back of that rifleman. Or the other rifleman, actually. Huh. Let's see, Scarponi at the Supernova. On 6s, at the rifleman on 7s, at the other rifleman on 6s. We go for the Supernova, even though it has 232 armor. We'll skip one of the PPCs. We'll take a pair of 8s from the mediums and a pair of 10s from the regular mediums. Wyvern has no one in range just yet. Cestus taking all the fire this turn. We've got the Supernova on a 6, so we'll take that with the Gauss rifle, and the ER large on a 7, large on an 8, medium pulse on a 9. That puts us 6 heat over. We'll skip the 9. Last but not least, Tentacle Shogun. We've got the Black Knight on 3s. We got the Supernova also on 3s. So we'll skip the ER or the large pulses. Do the ER mediums on 5s. We'll do the medium pulses on 3s. We'll skip the ER mediums. Just do the medium pulses on 3s. Go 2 heat over for that. The Warhammer hits the Supernova in the right torso for 10, down to 16. Yeah, no, it doesn't seem happy. And yeah, I'd like to move all of our mechs out of the line of fire. Warhammer hits the Supernova in the right torso. Hits him in the left arm with an ER medium. Hits him in the right torso with a regular medium. Supernova missed on a quartet of 7s. We lucked out there. Boy, did we luck out there. The Rifleman hits the Archer on a 7 to the right leg, down to 6. Would have hit the head, but it takes it to the center torso on the second one. The third one goes to the left arm, down to 4 edge, down to 12 armor on that arm. Rifleman C hits Wyvern in the right torso, down to 9 structure. Critted on an SRM4 after wasting 3 edge, re-rolling ammo crits. Jeez. 1 edge remaining. Could have just destroyed the right torso. You didn't have to cost me 3 edge. Jeez. Large pulse to the right arm. Large LB5Xs to the left leg. Down to 6 armor. The Cestus hits the supernova in the left arm for 15 down to 4. Large laser in the center torso down to 25. Black Knight hits the Marauder in the center torso for 2 down to 27. The Marauder takes the supernova to the left torso for 7 down to 19. Left leg for 7 down to 23. Medium pulse laser to the left arm, critting on 2 double heat sinks, or maybe just 1. Left arm takes another medium pulse. Right torso takes a medium pulse down to 5 armor. And their Warhammer hits Tentacle Shogun in the right torso for 5 down to 20. Wyvern needs an 8 to stay standing, gets a 5, takes 7 damage to the left arm and right leg, down to 7 and 4 in those locations. The Supernova took 60 plus, needs a 9 to stay standing, gets a 5, falls on his right torso rear, which goes internal, critting on a jump jet and 1 or 2 double heat sinks. Narrowly avoids hurting the pilot. The Rifleman kicks the Marauder in the right leg, but does not knock us down, leaves us with 9 armor. Take us and we can take him. They're all running hot. We are not, but we're taking more damage than them. We've got units deploying on round 8, apparently. Oh. Oh no, they've deployed in our rear. Well, that's not good. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna book it. The 7 fails. Fails again. Alright, you know what? We've seen all that. And if you could just stand up, that would be friggin' nice. Okay, Black Knight hits the Cestus in the right leg. Supernova hits the Marauder in the right torso rear. Rifleman hits the Marauder in the right leg. Goes internal. Left leg down to 27. Left torso and the center torso. Warhammer hits the Supernova in the left arm. Transfers into the left torso. ERPVC to the center torso down to 15. The Orion 2C hits the Cestus in the right leg. Hits the Cestus in the left torso for 10. Hits the Cestus in the right leg for 10. And the LRM 20 misses. The LRM Rifleman C hits the Marauder in the right torso rear, hits him in the right arm. The Black Knight hits the Marauder in the right arm and the left leg. in the left arm and the left torso. The Highlander hits the cestus in the right arm with a Gauss rifle, and the left leg with a medium laser. You know what? This battle is not going super well. This is, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and call it. We're gonna call this a loss. I shouldn't have even tried. That's okay. Well, I don't know what our objective was that we were trying to do. Oh, wait. No, they're still gonna try to shoot at us. Nope, okay, I managed to avoid that. Yeah, I guess we can save this crap. No, we did not control the battlefield. No, we didn't lose anyone. No one got hurt. Only because we have copious amounts of edge. If we didn't have crap loads of edge, we would have taken a head hit from a Gauss rifle, I'm sure of it. Yeah, no, we did not reach the north edge. We did not destroy 70% of them. We're giving them the win. No, they did not get purple hearts. Wait, did they? Okay, maybe they did. You already have a purple heart, don't you? Yeah, you've already got a purple heart. And Renita, I'm pretty sure you already have a purple heart. Yeah, you do. So no, you don't. You guys don't get purple hearts. You already have them. No, that is not at all how I wanted to end the night. Frankly, I feel like that was some BS. Like, that was over 20,000 points worth of bad guys that we're supposed to take on with one lance. I don't care if it's a 4.5 skull mission. That is not fair. That's not cool. And now we are completely out of support points. So we'll be able to build those back up at a rate of 1 per week. So yeah, consider me demoralized for today. We'll go ahead and save it here and we'll call it. And yeah, that's oh man, that did not go as well as I was hoping it would. The first battle did not go too badly. The second one was not great. We'll have Delphine take care of our pilots and prisoners. Oh yeah, the first mission went great. It really did. I don't know why I'm scrolling all the way to the top of the warehouse. Maybe just because I want to see what we've got in clan tech storage. But you know what? The archer is going to need some armor. It's going to need a right torso repaired. It's going to need a new right arm. The marauder is going to need some repairs. The cestus took some internal damage and lost an actuator. The man of war, of all things, is not that bad. But yeah, let's we're calling it here. Don't forget to like, comment, follow, subscribe, join the community. Thank you both for joining me. And everyone on YouTube and Twitch that's not in the chat. I appreciate it. And I'm sorry I wasn't able to do a little better this week. But yeah. In the meantime, don't forget to take care of yourselves. and we'll see you next week. Until then, have a good one.